Alright. Oh shit. Forgot to turn my ringer off. Happy 2020, everyone. So there wasn't a lot of fights last weekend. There was something on the Fight Network, FITE app. But, I mean, there wasn't much to talk about. But news, we got news. There is no lack of news. So this week, I'm just going to run through news, thoughts, and opinions, and then we'll run through what we got coming up. As usual, questions, comments are welcome. Share the fucking thing. If you're watching, then you should be sharing. If you catch this at a later date on YouTube or Instagram, don't worry, same thing. I will respond to all comments. So, first off, news. TVA Spal announced that they heard David Lemieux is going to be coming back in Rimouski sometime in February. Now, considering that tomorrow his suspension ends, I'm assuming we'll get more news about this some point soon. Now, Rimouski is a cool area, and I don't want to put any doubt on what TVA is saying. I'm sure they know what the fuck they're talking about. But to give you an idea, this is past Quebec City. So, you know, it's not exactly a major populated area, but I mean, we're talking 9 hours or 8.5. Wait, hold on. We're talking 6 hours. 6 hours away. So this is the equivalent of going to Toronto. Now, if you're from New Brunswick or Gaspé, this should definitely interest you. If you're a New Brunswick fighter, hint hint, you guys should be talking to Eye of the Tiger about this news. Rimouski's just right across the little fake borders we have. It's right on the St. Lawrence. People from the Saguenay, you know, listen, it's a good spot for boxing. I'm stunned that it's going to be David Lemieux. Any other fighter on the Eye of the Tiger roster would have done well, but giving them David Lemieux is a treat and a half. So I'm assuming they're right. I'm not going to doubt anything, but still, I'm flabbergasted. Not just that, considering his last fight wasn't easy. You know, I thought he was going to take a little more time off. So February, but someone else told me March. So we'll see what the hell happens with that. In other news, it's not super positive, and we're going to get a little hairy in a little bit. But Stephen Butler, one of his coaches, Mr. Bergeron, hell of a coach, hell of a fighter, is no longer going to be part of the Butler team. It was a mutual thing. Could be he's taking more time for himself. It could be that they're changing up things. Like I said, it wasn't any personal issue, so I doubt we'll hear anything more of it, but I'm interested in seeing who Steven adds to the team and what happens with Mr. Bergeron. Also in the news, same thing for Yves Ulysses. So, his longtime coach, Renan Boisvert, although will no longer be the head coach, will still be part and considered part of the team. And on Twitter, his coach, Jesse Thompson, also announced the news that he'll no longer be in the corner. Everything happened amicably. There is no issues here. Yves Ulysses is treating this as a business. And I guess, you know, when fuck-ups happen, you need to, you know, start analyzing things and maybe make changes. So here's hoping the changes he makes will be beneficial. There are rumors of who the future coaches will be, but I'm not going to talk about it here. You guys are going to have to wait and see. All right. Couple things I fucking hate. Let me light up for this one. Religion and politics. Now, the main reason why is because they are things that cause divisions between us, because in reality, we're all fucking cells in a petri dish. There's no fucking difference, okay? If a fucking comet comes down, we're all gonna be brothers and sisters. So, I really detest when politics or religion takes up too much space in my boxing. I prefer to concentrate on boxing than all the other bullshit that's out there in the world because, well, it's bullshit. That being said, I'm forced to fucking talk about politics and religion. And I just want to set a couple things straight for a few people because not everybody is fucking, everyone goes for the quick highlights and the big catchphrases to try and get, maybe a tweet out, but they don't look at the substance. So I'm going to go into it. Artur Beterbiev. So it was announced the IBF is going to force him to fight as mandatory, which is, hold on, let's bring him up. Falong Men. Now, Falong Men, alias Cold Blood, so we'll just call him Cold Blood from now on. Mr. Cold Blood here, 31-year-old, undefeated, 16-0, 10 KOs. You probably never heard of him before all this bullshit. But nonetheless, the IBF said he was the mandatory. So, Top Rank, Bob Arum's, Artur Beterbiev's promoter, had to go into the purse bid right before Christmas, and they did. And I think he put down like 1.3 million. They came back at 1.9. Now, who's they? Apparently, it's Rock Nation. That's right. So, here's my first fucking problem with this whole thing. What the fuck is Rock Nation doing in the boxing world? They need to fucking get the fuck gone. They fucked this shit up long enough. We don't need Rock Nation. Thank you, Jigga Man. I don't give a fuck. Go the fuck away. You fucked it up. Okay? You don't belong in the game. You've proven it. Okay? Stick to music and all the other shit. Stay the fuck away from my boxing. But somehow, you fucking win a purse bid. And with a little digging, you find out a fucking Chinese company is actually the ones putting up the money. So they're just using Rock Nation's license, which should be fucking illegal, which is now my second fucking problem. But back to Rock Nation. Rock Nation, famously doing nothing for their fighters. Rock Nation, famously having that whole situation with the fucking Stitch kid. Listen, they're still in court over some bullshit. They shouldn't be fucking earning this money, and if they are, it should go directly to paying their fucking bills. And it's fucking funny to say that fucking Jay-Z's company owes money. But yeah, it does. It doesn't make sense because the guy's worth fucking billions, but what the fuck? So now, problem number 2 arises. This Chinese company. Well, if you know your fucking politics, there's a few problems. Not just the fucking Muslim problem. There's a few problems with going to China. See, yes, Artur Beterbiev is a devout Muslim, which is fine and dandy for him. Okay? The Muslim faith, for all intensive purposes, is supposed to be a fucking faith of, love, and they're not supposed to be fucking violent, and there's not supposed to be fucking issues with that. Now, that being said, yes, obviously the Muslim faith is not perfect. And, yes, the place he comes from is particularly not good to gay people, so which makes this even fucking doubly weird. But now, China's got fucking concentration camps. That's right, you heard me say concentration camps in 2020. Fucking hurts my head fucking saying this shit. Okay, so they got fucking concentration camps, what they call re-education camps, in order to fucking help their Muslim population out there. Now, the Muslim population, if you don't know them, are Urug. Now, this is more or less the equivalent of the Irish traveler, because they're not originally from there, but they settled there, and there's a large fucking number of them. So, long story short, out of his Muslim faith, he's gonna choose to probably not fucking defend his title. Now, they're either gonna strip him or he'll fucking drop it, which I probably think he'll drop it. Everyone's already talking like he's already dropped it, but that hasn't happened. Because Top Rank is working hard behind the scenes, because you see, there's another issue. Here's the other fucking thing. Problem number fucking 4, I think? fuck, my mouse is all fucked up. So here's problem number 4. Beterbiev's living in fucking Canada, okay? And Canada. And his promoter, Bob Arum's big in the US. Okay. I don't know how the fuck you say this company, but Huawei or Huawei or whatever the fuck. A telecommunications company which is basically dominating the 5G fucking world right now, is basically banned in the States, and the States are fucking terrified of them, because if basically they own the world with this network, they can fucking do and see what the fuck they please. Okay. Sure enough, this was a problem. This wasn't a problem for the States when they had 4G, but now it's a problem because they ain't got 5G, and everybody wants to move to 5G because it's fucking faster. Now, Canada's got this lady, also named Meng, but that's her first name. She is the fucking daughter of the president of this fucking company. And our dumbasses has her ass locked up on home arrest in Vancouver. So China ain't too fucking happy with Canada at the fucking moment. And we want to send a Canadian fighter over to fucking China. Okay? Now, Bob Arum has an issue with this. You know why the fuck Bob Arum's got an issue with this? Because he's fucking American, and America doesn't want to fucking deal with this fucking company. They want them to go the fuck away. They want to create their own fucking 5G. And if the government in the States is catching wind of this whole fucking shit show, I'm sure they're putting pressure on Bob in order to try and fucking make something fucking happen other than fucking fighting in China. So, my thought is this. Since we haven't heard a peep from Beterbiev, which I don't think we will unless he decides to fucking vacate. We haven't heard fucking IBF say they want to fucking strip him. We are more than likely going to hear that Bob Arum and Top Rank figured out a fucking mutual beneficial fucking solution. A fucking island off the coast of China that's secretly owned by China, but it's not owned by China, and that has a different fucking government or some fucking shit. But that's what the fuck's gonna happen. Either that or Beterbiev drops the fucking title, and the IBF can fucking eat shit. Because then the IBF... Alright, now, first of all, just to show you Top Rank's serious, Top Rank already changed the main event, because that was supposed to be the main eventer of their show. They're not getting rid of their show, but they made Jose Ramirez the main event. So now, that leaves us to Joshua Buatsi, another fucking problem, another fucking connection to Montreal and Canada, to be precise. So Buatsi's the fucking ball knocker, the fucking back of the head puncher, the guy that beat fucking Ryan Ford. If you watch that fight, I wasn't too fucking impressed. He's 12-0 with 10 KOs. Neither one of these guys can put fucking Artur Beterbiev's shorts on. Yet somehow they might end up fighting for the fucking title. So that's all that fucking bullshit. Let's just check if you guys got something to say, because that was so fucking retarded. I fucking hated talking about it, man, and I hope to God we don't have to fucking talk about it again. Nobody's got questions. Nobody's got comments. Let's see. Danny Ryan, what's up? Alright, so now that I got the bullshit out of the way, which I'm fucking happy is over. And by the way, Beterbiev's still the WBC champ. Just fucking lay that out there. Let's talk about what we can watch this weekend. Finally, there's some fucking high-level boxing, and it's going to be on TV or pay-per-view or streaming site, but nonetheless, there is going to be boxing to fucking talk about. So, I'm a happy boy. First up, January 10th. Yes, you're going to hear this right. There's 2 ladies main eventing. The main event and the Kona main event are going to be ladies. Got no problem with that. It's boxing, folks. Get used to it. It's 2020. New Jersey, Ocean Casino in Atlantic City. USA in Showtime. Clarissa Shields versus Habazin. Habazin's 20-3. Clarissa's still only 9-0, and we're calling her the GOAT, and it's for good reason. WBC and the WBO titles on the line. Co-main event, super middleweight, Alicia Napoleon versus Serdarus. Serdarus is 7-0. Let's just take a look at her. She's 7-0 with 4 KOs. She's got a serious pair of biceps on her. From Sweden, 34 years old. Other than fighting in Spain, she's only fought in Romania, never fought back home in Sweden. Who knows? She might upset Napoleon and we might have a new name to talk about. But I'm a fan of Alicia. Girl can box. Also on there, Jerome Ennis. Boots. If you don't know Boots, he's 24-0, 22 KOs. Spectacular welterweight. Fun to fucking watch. Philly fighter. He's a highlight reel. I know he's not a big name yet, but he could be. He could be a very big name. They've been bringing him up proper. Okay, if you go look at his fights, they've been giving him the right fucking fights. And, it's hard to say that because he's 22 years old. But 24-0 is no fucking joke, man. And the guys he's been fighting are serious. At his level, but serious. He's fighting a fucking killer, though. So he's fighting Bakhtiar Uyubov from Kazakhstan, who's 33. This guy lost a unanimous decision to Brian Cabello a little while back. But otherwise, he's undefeated. You know what I think about these Kazakhs? Bunch of killers. That being said, there's a bunch of kids on this card. A bunch of names you should look into. If you can, tune in early. Showtime. Friday. Okay, Saturday. Again in Atlantic City. Again New Jersey. This time on ESPN. Top Rank, Bob Arum. I don't know if they're going to show the whole card, but Jeremy Adorno, brother to the other Adorno, he's a super bantamweight. He's fun to watch. He's 3-0. He's just getting started. And the main event's going to be the light heavyweights, Jesse Hart versus Joe Smith Jr. I like Joe Smith. I like Jesse Hart. Both guys are lunchbox fighters. Just blue-collar guys. You know what? It's actually going to be a really fun fight. So, Saturday, also going down on Saturday. This time, Golden Boy. I'm assuming the Zone. If not, Facebook, Rig TV, as usual. Let's see what we could talk about here. Alright, well, there's two fights to talk about anyway. Super welterweight. The Magic Man himself, Trevelle Mazion versus Castaneda. Castaneda is a seasoned veteran. Got 40 fights under his belt. Trevelle Mazion, I've talked about him before. Black Magic. He's just 24 years old, 16-0, 12 KOs. He's just getting started. Another guy that I like the potential they got in him. He's originally from Austin, Texas. This is going down in San Antonio, so it makes sense. Middleweight, Jamie Munguia versus Gary O'Sullivan. Despite David Lemieux turning Gary O'Sullivan into the Pringles man, and Jamie Munguia basically being a little inactive here, I don't know what Gary O'Sullivan's going to do against Munguia. Munguia's just fucking strong as a bull. 23 years old, 27 KOs, 34 wins, undefeated. I like Gary, but this is a tough way to make $1, folks. What's up, Fred? All right. So next, I'm going to just bring up the two last cards going down in January that we should definitely keep our eyes on. Saturday, January 18th from the Turning Stone Casino, Verona, New York. Still trying to figure out if there's a way for me to go to that. Eottm Alvarez, Michael Seals. The WBC Continental titles on the line. Top Rank. It's going to be probably... They don't have the card up yet, but it's probably going to be a good show. I would really like to go to that. More importantly, folks, there's still a couple tickets left. I checked Ticketmaster before I got on here. If you can't go, don't worry. $11 a month. punchandgrace.com. You can watch it live. Punch and Grace, basically, all of the Ida Tiger shows year-round. Last year, we had 12 events. You get free documentaries, all the other extras that come along with it. You get to see my mug talking French a few times. There's a bunch of things on there. And they are going to continuously add to it. And it's going to continue to expand. So guys, get on board early. Support. Because this is the reason we had... by the way, we had 18 fights in Quebec. 18. This year. Well, last year, 2019. 11 of those were Eye of the Tiger. No, 12 of those. Yeah, 12 of those were Eye of the Tiger. Did they do one outside of Quebec? Maybe. I'm not sure. But the point is, the vast majority were done by Eye of the Tiger. Folks, January 25th, Casino de Montreal. Like I said before, if you can't make it in person, punchandgrace.com. Subscribe now. It's a stack card. So the only news on this card so far is that we know what the main event's going to be. And I was wrong last week. But also, Layla Baudouin, no longer on this card. She got an influenza and it's going to stop her from training. So they're probably going to move her on to that February card I talked earlier. But we'll see what happens. Thomas Chabot, young amateur making his pro debut. Casino Montreal. You know what? A lot of guys have cut their teeth there, and I'm happy I'm going to get to see him do it. Super welterweight, Raphael Courchain, Bad Intentions, going to be in action. Jordan Django Balmir, back in the ring. I'm happy for him. Super welterweight. Super middleweight, Vincent Vendetta Thibault, hard-hitting kid, always puts up a fun fight. Middleweight, Clovis Drolet. You know what? They call him Hands of Stone. It's accurate. Just got that weird strength. They've got his fight picked out. It's a guy that's 7-2. It's the accurate fight for him to get him started on his 2020. Light heavyweight, Artur Ziadinov, the Lion. Listen, almost everyone I mentioned just now was undefeated, by the way. Arthur's 11-0. Just a puppy, getting started as a light heavyweight. Big things coming for Artur in 2020. Next up, I gushed about him last week. Super lightweight, Steve Clagette's going to be fighting Ricardo Lara. I already mentioned Lara's been here before. We've seen him fight Tony Luis. We've seen him fight Metzer's G-Time Germain. Now we're going to get to see what Steve Clagette can do against him. High impact, high intensity, high level shit from Steve Clagette, guaranteed. Last but not least, announced main event. They haven't announced the opponent yet, which I'm assuming they're doing tomorrow or the day after. But my lips are sealed until then. Batir Jukambayev, 777, 17-0. WBA Continental America Super Lightweight and the IBF Intercontinental Super Lightweight champ. The reason we know this is the main event now is because he's going to be defending his titles. So, even though I can't tell you who his opponent is, I can tell you that his opponent is ranked in the WBA and the IBF appropriately. Therefore, making him the main event. Guys, it's $11. You can't ride the bus for a week on $11. Your Uber won't take you very far. But $11 in Punch and Grace puts you on to every event throughout the year. Live replays. And you can go rewatch stuff. So if there's a fight you're crazy about, you can go tell your friends about it, log in, and then show them the frickin' fight. It's all there at your fingertips. Do the right thing. Support these fighters. That's the reason we've had 12 cards from them. That's the reason every card they put up is stacked. And that's the reason they've been able to go get the best fucking talent out there. Trust me, if there's a young amateur coming up right now, and you should keep your eye on him, Eye of the Tiger is going to snatch that kid up. Guys, that's it for me this week. Don't have much else to say. It was a quiet week last week. Hopefully my political rant didn't get me in too much trouble. It's alive after all, and the truth is, I plan on suffering whatever consequences come at me, because I don't know how else to be but be me. That's it for me this week. Guys, share this fucking thing. Homework assignment. Find a random person. Ask them if they like boxing. I don't care if it's the bus driver, the parking attendant, your colleague at work. Secondly, tell them to check out Manny Montreal. Guys, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. If you missed it, it's going to be up a little later. Also going to be on IGTV and YouTube.